Today's video is going to be super fun, at least I think so, because today's video is going to be a multi-way collab. So it's basically going to be a face-off, but we're doing a little bit of a spin on the face-off. So the people that I am collabing with today are two of my beautiful friends here on YouTube that I have collabed with in the past. I really love both of these so much. So the first person is going to be Prue over at Pruelaroo. She is one of the sweetest, most caring and kind people that I think I've ever met in my life. She is just such a wonderful human being, and I think that you guys would really love her channel if you have not already checked her out. She does a lot of 3 looks 1 palette. She does a lot of similar content that I do on my channel. She does a lot of tag videos. She comes up with some really cool ideas. Once she made makeup brushes out of her cat's hair. It was hilarious. If you guys have not checked out her channel, I will of course link her everywhere. So the next person that is also in this collab is Lisa Lobotomy. I have collabed with Lisa in the past as well, I think twice now. I love her. She also does very similar content to both me and Prue, so if you have not already checked out her channel, please jump on over to both of these girls because they really are amazing and they deserve so much more credit than what they are given currently, because I don't know why they don't have more subscribers. I really don't know. It's the whole YouTube thing just really confuses me sometimes, and sometimes I feel like, why do I have so many more subscribers than a lot of my friends? Like, it doesn't seem fair. So please go ahead and subscribe to their channels. I think you're really going to love them. So what we are doing today is that we are basically doing a face-off where we are using the same shades from the same palettes, but we did the drawing a little bit differently in that we did a kind of like fantasy draft style. If you're into sports at all, you'll know what I mean. I'm not personally into sports, but my husband really is. So basically you take turns picking the colors that you want to be in your team. I don't know, I'm not very good at analogies, so that was probably really stupid, but basically we picked shadows ourselves, but we took turns in picking the shadows. So the palettes that we'll be working with today are the Kaleidos Futurism bundle. I made videos with all of these. Also, I don't know if this is my first video with my hair being done. I got my hair done yesterday, but I don't know when this video is going up, but regardless, I love my new hair. I think it looks beautiful. So let's get back to the palettes. So the ones that we are going to be using, like I said, are the Kaleidos bundle. So there's 3 palettes here. If you have not already seen these, this is the Cyber Bronze palette, which looks like this. So it's kind of a boring color story, if you could say that. And then we also have the Futurism Sci-Fi Green palette, which is one of my favorites. I love this palette. I think it's so beautiful. Some of the shimmers in here are just out of this world. Honestly, all of the shimmers in all of these palettes are so good. And then the last palette, which is my favorite out of the bundle, this is the Astro Pink. This is what it looks like. So basically we have picked 2 shadows each, so we are going to be using 6 shadows today. So I'm just going to go through and swatch the shadows that we ended up picking. Now I don't remember exactly the order of which we picked these shadows and who picked what, but I'm just going to swatch them all out for you. So in the Cyber Bronze palette we only ended up picking one of the shadows, and that shadow is going to be the Silver. I think I'm the one who picked that out. Could be wrong though, but I really love silver eyeshadow. Why do I have lipstick on my hand? Let's do it this way. So here is the silver. It's absolutely stunning. Then in the Astro Pink palette, we actually drew 2 shadows, or we didn't draw, we picked 2 shadows. So we have this beautiful blue duochrome as well as the kind of magenta shade, which kind of matches my hair. So I feel like this could end up being a pretty cohesive look. So this duochrome shade just does not swatch good at all, but once you layer it on top of something else, it's the most beautiful thing you've ever seen. And then in the Sci-Fi Green palette, we ended up picking 3 shadows, and we are using the black right here. We are also using the green right next to the black, as well as this mustard color. So I'm really excited about this color story because I feel like I'll be able to do something really cool and like cohesive with this. And that's one of the good things about us picking out the shadows ourselves, so we can kind of see where the color story was going and then make decisions based on that. So I'm gonna go ahead and prime my eyes with my MAC paint pot here. I'm probably going to intensify these swatches a little bit so you can see them better, but I'm gonna get everything ready for, you know, putting shadows on the eyes, and then we're gonna go ahead and get started. So I think my plan is going to be to basically use all of the mattes or all of the colors on my lid. I'm of course going to put some on my lower lash line as well, but I want all of them to be on the top part of my eye. So I'm first going to start out by taking this mustard shade from the Sci-Fi Green palette. And I also did go ahead and set my eyeshadow primer because I feel like a lot of these mattes just perform a little bit better that way and they're easier to work with. So I'm going to start by just tucking this in like the first part of my crease, but not even in my crease. I'm going to put it higher up. And I'm going to kind of meet it up with my brow up here. And I want this to just be in like the triangle, like right here. And I'm going to be blending this about halfway across or so. But my problem is that I want to keep this mustard away from the kind of pink magenta shade, because they do have a tendency to muddy up a little bit if you try to blend these two colors into each other. So I kind of want to keep them separated. So I'm going to just leave this the way it is now. And then next up, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go into the green matte. So this one right here, which was also from the Sci-Fi Green palette. And I'm going to put this in the lower part where I put down that yellow here. So in the first part of my crease, basically. And I'm going to be pulling this about halfway across here. And then I'm going to go in with that other pink shade, like on the outer part of my eye. And then also deepen that up with the black. And I'm pretty sure that the green and that kind of magenta shade is going to also muddy together a little bit. But since both of those shadows are darker, it's not going to be as prominent as if I were to mix a purple into a yellow kind of thing. So I'm basically just kind of blending this into everything now. And I don't know how this is going to turn out, but hopefully it'll look okay in the end. It might look a little crazy right now, but that's okay because I feel like most of my eye looks do until they come together. So now that I have this the way that I want it, I'm next going to go into this shadow right here, which was from the Astro Pink palette. And I'm going to put that on the outer part of my crease here. And also just connecting it with that green shadow. And I'm trying to not mix them in together too much. I'm basically just tapping over where the two colors meet here. And I'm also going to go ahead and connect this to my lower lash line. So these mattes are just some of the best mattes that I've ever worked with. I love the formula of these palettes. If you guys have been thinking about getting these, I do not think you would be disappointed if you picked any of these up. They are amazing. I will leave the link to their website down below. I don't have a code or anything, obviously. I wish, but they are just so good. I'm then going to dip into the black, I think. So I'm going to take this. Why am I pointing at a black? You all know what black look like. So I'm going to take that black and I'm going to use this in the outer corners of my eye here. And I'm also just going to blend it into everything. I am going to keep this mostly to the outer part of my eye, I think. I might actually pull it in like halfway across because I am going to go in with that multi-chrome or duochrome like in the middle of my eye here. At least that is my plan. So I do want to have like a layer of something underneath that to layer it on top of, because it just stands out a lot more that way. And this black is just so good too. It just blends so easily, but at the same time it's really nice and pigmented and black. I love me a good black shadow. I know not everybody does, but I am a sucker for a good black. I think it just adds so much dimension to your eye looks. And it just makes them look so much more dramatic. Also just taking a little bit of this down to my lower lash line, just close to my lash line here. I love how this is looking already. So I think what I'm going to do next is I'm going to go in with the silver, and I'm going to place the silver basically on the rest of my lid, and then maybe I'll go in with that duochrome to kind of tie everything together. So I'm going to go in with this one right now from the bronze palette. I'm going to go ahead and spray this, even though it definitely does not need it, but I'm going to do it anyway because I like to spray my shimmers. And I'm just going to put that on basically the first half of my lid here. Oh, I just love this silver. It's so beautiful. Just going to gently meet that up with the black here. I'm not going to pull this any further in, or out I should say. Just going to make sure the line here is looking nice. Next, going to go in with this duochrome here, which look what this looks like on the arm, and then just look what it's going to look like on the eye. It's like night and day. I'm going to go ahead and spray this a little bit as well. This one does perform better with glitter glue, I've found, but I'm just not going to use glitter glue today because I am lazy. And I'm just going to put this right in the middle of my eye here, and see, you can really see the blue shift in this now. whereas on my arm there's just no way. So this is definitely the kind of shadow that you need to just layer on top of something else for it to really pop. And I'm just going to go kind of heavy with this, and I'm also just bringing this in over the silver and then just blending it into the black on the outer part here. So I think I actually want to take that same duochrome shade and put that on the first half of my lower lash line here. I'm not sure if that's going to show up very well without layering over something else, but we're going to try it anyway and just kind of see what happens. So I did go ahead and spray this, and I'm just going to pop that right here. Okay, so it's definitely showing up still. Oh, the shadow is just so beautiful. I might go in with a bit of silver just on the inner corner and kind of layer this above this shadow, because I feel like I just need something a little bit brighter right in the inner corner. So I really like this. I am going to go ahead and take just a little bit more of that silver, and I'm just going to wrap this around and layer it just slightly above that blue on the first half of my lower lash line here, just to really make this pop. Alright, I am loving this look. I think this looks so pretty, especially with my hair. So I'm gonna go ahead and finish off my eyes. I guess I will do blue in my waterline. Maybe I'll do something dark for once. Could that be an idea? Maybe I'll go with green. Maybe I'll do Teaspoon by Colourpop. Could that be kind of cool? I feel like that might be kind of cool. I could also do yellow.
Ooh, let's try do yellow.
What if I use Punch by Colourpop? I think that's what I'm going to do, because that would really open up my eyes. So I'm going to put this in my waterline, do some liner, mascara, put on a lipstick. Not sure what I want to wear with this, but I feel like I'm going to pull out something pretty cool to add to this. So I'm going to do all that, and I'll be right back and show you the completed look. Alright, so this is what we are looking at right now, and I really like this. I also went in with a bit more of a cool tone blush because I felt like the kind of orangey one that I was wearing didn't go with this look. And then for my lipstick, I used Beat It by Lime Crime, which I will probably be using this every day of my life now that my hair is almost the same color as this. And I think this turned out really good, and I can't wait to see what Lisa and Prue did. I feel like their looks are going to be amazing. So yeah, I hope you enjoy this, and if you want to see what they came up with, don't forget to head on over to their channels and check them out and see if any of our looks are going to end up looking similar. I don't think they will, but it'll be really interesting to see what they are going to come up with. So thank you so much for watching this face-off collab as usual. If you want to see some more collabs that I've done, I'll pop some up on the screen for you to go check out. And if you're new to my channel, I would love it if you would consider subscribing, and I will see you in my next one. Bye.